Now, welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Thor's Lightning Takes. And let's get right to the news.
All right, we haven't talked about it for a couple weeks now, but we're going to talk about Andor.
Has it been weeks or days?
Weeks? On this channel, anyway. I don't know, we would talk about the other channel, but this one hasn't been talking about Andor. We've been giving Andor a little cooldown, or something. I don't know. But Andor will not be...
Silenced?
No, will not be.
The rebellion will not go quietly into the night.
Just get a little bit of news about Season 2. They're not bringing back the character of Linus Mosk. For anyone who forgot, Linus Mosk is probably Cyril Karn's only friend.
Friend is a strong word there. They're
I think they're friends.
kind of. They become friends, I think, a little bit in that final episode, yeah.
I think a little bit before that, you could tell that they must have been chummy or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
But it was the only friend. Maybe Cyril was Mosk's only friend.
That could be, too. That wouldn't surprise me. They both
maybe
seem
Cyril
like...
didn't consider him a friend, but maybe Mosk was like, that's my friend.
I don't know, Mosk seems like someone you'd want to invite to a party. He seems like he
could be fun.
He can lighten up and have some fun, yeah.
Yes, but the actor Alex Ferns has confirmed on social media his character is not returning for Season 2. I'll put the tweet up so everyone can kind of see how this information came to pass. Ferns was replying when a fan asked for his character to transition from a silly little Imperial guy to a silly little rebel.
Is that how they asked him to?
Yes. Oh my god, that toy again.
It's the toy again. I thought we hit it.
He replied, I thought that would be the case, but alas, you've seen the end of Mosk. Last we saw, he was day drinking after the insurrection.
It was nighttime somewhere.
Maybe the reason he's not going to be in Season 2 is because he's not friends with Cyril anymore. Maybe he thought Cyril...
Yeah, I was like, did you call him Cyril again?
Maybe he thought Cyril abandoned him for a lady.
Well,
maybe he thought, hey... My friend, I tried to keep him safe, and then he ran out into the road when I told him not to.
He did, immediately, he saw her and just, that was it.
Yeah, and he kept trying to protect his friend, and his friend just, ran off into the arms of danger and totally ignored him. Maybe he thought that was kind of like a betrayal of trust, my friend just doesn't listen to me, he does whatever he wants. Maybe he's better off without Cyril.
I think he is. I think he has a happy ending now. He's just going
to go back
drink on Ferrix for the rest of his life.
Or he'll go back to his job because he does.
Oh, he did have a job. That's what I meant.
He looked kind of like an iron worker at a factory or something.
Something like that, yeah.
He was working at some sort of a factory
he had a good
or a
job.
rig or something. But he'll probably just go back to his job. He's going to find a little silly little woman. He'll get married and he'll be happy.
Why does he got to be a silly woman, though? Can he
because
get a normal...
He's a silly little guy.
He's not...
He is. He's kind of funny because he takes things very seriously, which is kind of silly.
Why is it silly to take something seriously? That is
because
so
he's
contradictory.
I have to call my friend in the middle of the night and notify him that I got news of some guy that he was tracking that we have no interest in anymore.
That was probably the most...
It's probably his excuse to
talk
to his
friend. The most quote-unquote convenient part of Andor was probably that phone call. Mm-hmm. Which I'm more than happy to overlook. But it's like, hey, I just happened to know somebody who knows somebody who has a friend on Ferrix who...
I think being Mosk's wife might be a good thing.
What are you saying?
Well, think of it.
You leaving me for Mosk?
Think of it. He hadn't heard from his friend in who knows how long. And he calls him up and he's like, hey, I was still digging into that thing you asked me to.
Yeah, weeks later.
Yeah, think about it.
I actually did the thing that, usually when you're like, hey, if you hear anything, call me. And, that never even crosses your mind again.
Okay, so you give Mosk his honey-do list, I think they call it. The to-do
What are we doing
list,
now?
The to-do list from the wife. Like, hey, this is the stuff I'd like you to get done.
On?
I was talking about how it will be to be married to him.
Oh. Why?
Did you forget already?
No, I didn't forget, but I'm just curious why we have such interest in Mosk.
Why
Do I
aren't
have
you
something to
listening
worry
to me
about?
so I can finish my sentence?
Go ahead.
So, you give him your weekend, hey, I'd like these things taken care of list, and you know what? He's going to check all the boxes. Everything you put on that list, he will accomplish. Probably in good time, good efficiency.
Well, he's a
exactly.
sergeant.
That's awesome. I give you a list and you just laugh at me.
You don't give me a list. I would just throw it
away.
No,
because I ask you, I'm like, can you just do this one thing? And you're like, I'll see if I get to it.
Yeah, maybe later.
And a week later, I'm like, so did you,
did you do that
one thing?
Yeah.
Just the one thing?
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't. Like, sure, I'll do it right now.
That's usually my answer, and then I don't do it anyway.
We know that, we'll go back to topic, I guess.
Yeah.
We know that Kyle Solar is confirmed to be returning to Season 2, which is going to kick off a year after the events on Rick's Road. The format of the storytelling will be the same with the 3-episode blocks containing self-stories. But it's going to have a little less interconnectivity in between them because there's going to be year-long jumps in between those blocks, roughly. So that way they can cover the 4-year gap between Season 1 and Rogue One in a short order, I suppose.
I would have been okay with getting 4 more seasons and turning each arc into a
As for the
season. But hey,
official confirmation for the cast for Season 2, we do know Diego Luna, Cassian Andor, is coming back. Alan Tudyk, K2SO, will be in the season. Genevieve O'Reilly, Mon Mothma will be there. Stellan Skarsgård, Luthen Rael, Duncan Powell as Melchi, and Adriana Arjona as Bix Kalen. And all the writers from the first season are returning, plus 1 more.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we're getting all the writers, and we know that the writers did a fantastic job, so hooray!
Yeah, I'm not complaining about that, that's for sure.
Andor is currently in production in multiple locations across the UK, and it'll be shooting through August, expected to hit Disney Plus sometime in the second half of next year.
Next year as in 2024, not like we forgot it's not 2022 anymore next year, meaning 2023 late.
No, you're being stupid.
I'm being hopeful. Rebellions are built on hope.
Yeah, TV shows aren't.
No, they really aren't. They're built on a lot of money usually.
All right, let's move into our next story before you derail us any further.
I derail.
The acolyte,
you have a thing for
Amanda
Mosk.
Stenberg, praises the complex technical aspects of the show. All right, so the Sundance Film Festival is still underway, I think, and it's turning out to be an endless source of Star Wars information because everyone who goes there who was in Star Wars at one time is asked about Star Wars.
That's every interview you ever do ever again. If you've been in Star Wars, we'll bring it up.
And the acolyte's lead, Amanda Stenberg, is currently promoting the new film, My Animal, and was asked by comicbook.com about her experience on the set, and she said, "What can I say that won't get me fired? Walking into set, I'll just say this. This is vague enough. You know that it must take care of..."
We'll let Lucasfilm decide.
You know that it must take a lot of technical ability and craftsmanship to make Star Wars, but you have no clue how expansive it is until you're a part of it. Whether it's the puppeteers or the costume designers or all the folks from all different departments who build the sets, you don't realize how much incredible technology and foresight there is in every element until you're there.
She's fired. We know there's going to be puppets.
Aha! And
That's
costumes.
It. Yep. That's it. Get her out of there. She broke her NDA.
It's too much. Too much. What's funny is even if they break the NDA, they're not going to like take them out.
Especially if you're the main character. Like you can't get too crazy. You can't start going, telling the whole plot. But I think you get a little more leeway if you're the main character rather than...
Yeah, Pedro Pascal was like, so this is a big thing I'm doing in Mando. People would be like, I guess there's no more Mando. He's been fired.
Well, they could. He's a character they could almost get away with because of the helmet. And I'm sure they have, the rights to his voice, even if they fire him. He's,
So they're going to do another AI voice?
They could.
That'll be great.
They could.
It'd probably actually work for him.
It would work for him. I mean, he doesn't really...
This is the way.
I was going to say he tends not to emote too much in his voice, but he's not a robot.
Not yet. All right, so, she took some time off from the set of The Acolyte to attend the festival, but the filming is still continuing on in her absence. We even got our first on-set shot. It shows a couple of actors in their street clothes on set looking at a tablet.
Gives away so much.
Yeah,
yes.
And we see some background set, which means nothing to us. Yeah. I wonder how long they had to stand there for them to get that pose of, look, we're interested in this tablet.
Maybe it's candid. Maybe it's natural.
It's not natural. No. It's never natural.
You don't know that.
When they put those out there on purpose, it's not natural.
It's too natural to be natural.
Exactly. The series is filming in multiple locations at the same time, following the strategy used in Season 1 of Andor.
Multiple locations, huh? Not just at the...
Yeah, they're not just doing one studio. They're all over the place.
Oh, good.
Because then they can shoot lots of stuff at the same time, just like teleport the actor around. Transport, I guess. Or teleport. I don't know what Disney's capable of anymore.
Nobody does.
We know that Leslie Headland is the showrunner, executive producer, head writer, and even the director of the first episode and maybe a couple others.
Too much power.
Too much power in one person. Other Acolyte news, Daphne Keene's agency confirmed in a listing that her character's name is Jackie. Like Jackie with an
Jackie?
E. Like Jackie with an E. Jackie.
So that makes it, not sound human? Or
okay,
human?
Okay,
earthy?
Tim.
Well, Tim had 2 M's, so I guess all you got to do is... And Wade had 2 A's, so all you got to do is...
It's Jackie.
Add a letter, and it's not earthy. Earthy.
Or they probably pronounce it like Jakai.
Jakai.
No, it's Jackie. So there's no information further on what she's playing, but I'll put a reminder out there. Here's the official synopsis for the show. The Acolyte is a mystery thriller that will take viewers into the galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. A former Padawan reunites with her master to investigate a series of crimes, but the forces they confront are more sinister than they ever anticipated. The filming for The Acolyte is expected to continue until May, where it should be targeting a release sometime of the first half of 2024. Celebration in April is definitely going to give us details on that. That's my guess. My guess that definitely they're doing it.
No, I think we will get more details for all these shows. A lot of trailers, a lot of info. Said it before, Celebration should be jam-packed. Or not. Some disagree. All right, well, that is all we got for you this time. So now it's your turn to take to the comments below. Tell us what you think of any and all of today's news or any of our ramblings, I suppose. And let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.